Greetings in the name of Jesus. Not long ago, I had matter of fact, a couple of nights ago, I had a vision / prophecy. That's the only thing I can, the name I can put to it and pretty much explain it. And I hesitated on putting it on because it deals with a prophecy that is in Revelation. And I have always felt and still feel and will feel that it does not matter what kind of guesses we make on God's timetable. God has the way He's going to do things. This is set in stone as much as the command, let there be light, or let the firmament come up, let there be land. All of these things are spoken from the lips of God, and there is no changing them. And we have a danger when we start to rationalize and start to theorize about the things that are set in the Bible, because the Pharisees did that in the time of their Messiah. And they had him so different from the prophets and what they spoke about him that they did not believe him. They did not recognize him, and they missed him. And God forbid that we or I should cause anybody to miss anything from God. So I'm going to explain this very gingerly. There was a profound darkness come before me as I lay meditating upon my bed, and a voice with a language that I had never heard at all before came out of that darkness. I could not see a form, but the language was there. And as I questioned in my mind about what the language was, another voice came, and I looked to the left, and there was a form of a man standing there. I assume it was a man because it had a man's voice. But there was a form of a man standing there, and he explained to me that this was ancient Chaldean, the language of the Babylonians. And then the language changed to that which I could understand. And it was a woe to Babylon. It was a woe to the Babylon of Revelation. And it said, I completely destroyed the ancient Babylon, along with the Chaldeans, along with the Babylonians who lived in the city. I destroyed its beauty, saith the Lord. I destroyed its memory. And I commanded that no one would live there from that time on. No one would dwell there except the beast of the desert. But I am coming to the Babylon of this day, the proud and the arrogant nation that has forgotten me, has mocked my commandments, has turned their back on my laws and my goodness which I have shown them. And I will utterly destroy their economy. I will destroy their way of living. I will destroy their well-being. But I will not make an utter end to them. For they will go into the streets, and they will mourn in the streets. They will pass their dead. They will pass their dying. They will pass their starving. They will pass those whose my wrath had fallen upon. The end of Babylon the Great is before me, saith the Lord. And these things will surely come to pass, as sure as words come from my mouth. For I am the eternal God, and I am the one that has control over these things. All things will eventually come before me. All men will answer for their works, their doings, their thoughts. And I will be an equal and impartial judge of the deeds of those men. And I will call into remembrance each and everything that I put before them. They will not be able to deny anything. But Babylon, your time is almost up. The hours have turned to minutes, and the minutes will turn to seconds. And you will see a destruction of that great nation, where it will upset the economy of the world. And men will go into the streets not knowing what to do, because this God, this money God that they have worshipped, is no more. It's no good. And they wonder how they are going to live. I do not treasure this thing that I've just said. It does not make me proud. As a matter of fact, it strikes fear in my heart. God is a loving God. God is a gracious God. God is one with abundant mercy. But He is also a God who is in a place where He deserves all of the praise and honor for everything that we see before us. And we have turned our backs upon that. We curse the sun for being too hot. We curse the rain for being too much. We curse the cold for being too cold. And now, as I have said in my 2014 prophecy, nature is turning against us. I said it, and it came true. The weather was unusually hot and cold. It snowed when it shouldn't have in the United States. There were landslides that killed hundreds of people. There is drought now here in the Philippines, and is getting to the point where it is critical in Manila, where the dams are just about 6 or 7 feet above the low water or the critical stage. The Lord spoke through this prophet and said, the rain I will send will be insignificant, but I will withhold the great rains until this people turn to me and cry out and give me the honor that is due the only King of the universe. To fear God is the beginning of wisdom. To fear His word is the wisest thing that we can do. There is no turning back. There is no rewinding the clock. God is sending out the warning through His true prophets now. This is the hour. This is the time to turn to Him. To swallow that foolish pride. To leave off of that arrogant stance. knowing that we could not be here in 5 minutes, but by the grace of Him that sits upon the throne. Friends, disaster is all around us. It is coming in droves. Mark my word, because it's the word of the Lord. He loves, but His love requires something, and that is to acknowledge Him for His place in the universe. And that is the top place. That is the only place that He can be. God bless you. Pray for the United States, because the storm is on its way. Maranatha.